Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Old Dog Fitness. Appreciate you being here. Hope everybody's doing well. So you're in your 40s, your 50s, maybe like me, you're in your 60s. Maybe you're watching me and you're 70 or beyond, and you're thinking to yourself, it's over. It's over for me. I can't build muscle anymore. I got to stop you right there. That's a fallacy. You're certainly not too old at any age to be building muscle and building a good physique and getting strong. Most of us are just undisciplined, severely undertrained. And if you honestly believe that in your mind, that 40, 50, 60, whatever age is the end of the line for you when it comes to being strong and building muscle, you're grossly misinformed. I help guys all the time, over 40, 50, even 60, build muscle, get strong, get back your self-esteem. And how we do it is by working on self-discipline, not sitting around having a pity party for yourself, believing all this mainstream BS, the modern day excuses as to why things can't be done. Having a good physique, being strong, having a good amount of muscle mass on your body, looking good, because vanity always does come into play. We all certainly want to look good. It's not reserved just for guys in their 20s. If you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way. The other day I saw a guy, he just turned 100 years old and he stepped onto a stage at some bodybuilding show. But it comes down to the fact that I guarantee he's working his ass off and he's doing it consistently. And that's what we all have to do. Sadly, the majority of the guys even the guys that are putting in work, they're not doing it consistently. They're too sporadic. And there's a large faction of guys today that are doing absolutely nothing. But if you set a consistent strategy for yourself, I don't care how old you are, you can build a good amount of muscle mass, you could build that good physique, you can get your self-esteem back, feel strong, and throw that bullshit notion out the window that you're over 40 or over 50, or whatever age, and that's the end of the line. If you reach any age in life, whether it is 40 or 50, whatever age it is, and you decide that this is the number where I'm just going to sit back and accept the fact that now I'm supposed to be weak, I'm supposed to have a big belly hanging over my shirt, I'm supposed to be sick, I'm supposed to have low energy, it's a flawed strategy in life, guys. You're really doing yourself a disservice. Now, certainly as we age, there's going to be different considerations when it comes to maybe diet strategies, certainly with recovery, because I know for a fact at the age of 61, I'm not recovering the same way I did when I was in my early 20s. That's a fact. But that shouldn't stop us from doing it at all. The basic fundamentals are always going to be the same. We just have to tweak things as we go along, as we get older. But when it comes to keeping ourselves strong, to building muscle, no matter how old you are, the basic fundamental formula has always been the same, and it will always be the same. Resistance training. You have to challenge the body. You have to put some type of resistance against your body in order to build the muscle, in order to build the strength. That's never going to change. Okay? And the modality, it could be body weight, you could be in the gym, could be rubber, any type of resistance, anything that's going to put resistance against your body, against your muscles. You tax the muscles and you make them grow. That's a fundamental. That's never going to change. Then when it comes to diet, prioritize your protein. Proteins are the structural building blocks of your muscle tissue, your bones, the makeup of your hormones, everything. It's critical. So you want to prioritize your protein at every meal, and you want to round off each meal with a good amount of healthy carbs and healthy fats. I mentioned sleep. You have to sleep like your life depends on it, because it actually does. We do most of our recovery while we sleep. So you want to shoot for that sweet spot for most of us, probably in that 7 to 8 hour a night area. And then the glue that holds this whole thing together is always going to be your level of consistency. If you're doing the good things most of the time and you're doing those good things consistently, you cannot not reap the rewards. And conversely, if you're treating your stomach like a garbage pail, if you're not putting the work in, if you're doing the negative things, if you're beating your body up consistently, your body is going to break down at some point. Not only your body, but your mind also. You can't keep beating your body down. Your body's amazing. It's resilient. It can do a lot of things, but you have to help it along. All right, so how are you going to build this muscle? Again, we have our basic fundamental formula. We're going to start with that resistance training. That's always going to be key. We want to tax those muscles. We want to put some resistance against them, break them down, and build them up bigger and stronger, right? You want to look for, maybe if you're starting out, a 3 or 4 day a week schedule. If you're doing 3 days a week, I think a full body routine would be a great strategy. If you have an extra day, you want to do 4 days, you can do an upper lower split, 2 days upper, 2 days lower. You always want to make sure you're including some type of pressing movement, whether it's a push-up or even a bench press if you're at the gym. some type of pull movement. That could be some row variation or a pull-up variation or a lat pull down, something like that. You definitely want to be hitting the lower body, some type of squat move, lunges, and of course, you always want to hit that core and stretch and keep yourself mobile and flexible. And when it comes to your workouts, you want to make sure we're looking to build muscle and build strength. So we want to add in that progressive overload technique, right? We want to make sure that we're consistently over time. If you're in the gym, if you're working with weights, you want to be adding weights a little bit at a time as you go along. If you're doing body weight stuff, you want to add sets and reps, but progressively increase that load in order to maximize your gains. I mentioned the protein in a diet. I think a good starting point would be for most guys to look at what would be your optimal lean body weight. Again, if you're a 300-pound guy and you're optimally, let's say 180 or 190-pound guy, that's the number that you want to use. So I would look for about a gram, maybe zero point 0.8 to 1 full gram of protein per pound of lean body weight. Okay. So, and again, it doesn't have to be exact, but that's the general area that you want to hit. So once you figure out your protein number, you're gonna, whether you break that up into 2, 3, or 4 meals a day, but you want to have that some amount of protein in each meal, and you're gonna round off each meal with, again, healthy carbs, fruits, vegetables, potatoes, things like that, and some healthy fats. And like I mentioned earlier, recovery is so important. Sleep is critical. You want to sleep like your life depends on it, because it actually does. Shoot for that 7 to 8 hours a night. Turn the phone off before you go to bed. Stop staring at the screen. Get some quality sleep and shoot for that 7 to 8 hours a night. Don't be afraid to go out for a nice long walk. It's going to be part of your recovery. Absolutely, get some stretching in every day. That's going to be part of your recovery, because we're, like I said, we're breaking down muscle. We want to build it back bigger and better. But as we do that, we want to keep ourselves moving. We want to keep ourselves, part of it is being functionally fit overall. It's being mobile, and it's certainly being flexible. So don't neglect your stretching. Now, what I really want too, guys, is for you to keep your goals in check. Keep them realistic. Get off of social media looking at some roided out goon, and you think you're going to look like him in a matter of 6 to 12 weeks. Our goal here, again, is to be functionally fit, to age well, to keep muscle on our body as we age, keep a good amount of strength. And I promise you that along with that, you're going to look good, you're going to feel good, you're going to build your self-esteem, but keep your goals realistic. If you do this over time, right, in 6 to 12 weeks, you're going to start building muscle. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to look better. You're going to have more energy. Your mood is going to improve. It's going to be life altering. When you stand in front of that mirror and look at yourself, you're going to respect the guy that's looking back at you. So no, guys, the bottom line is you're not too old. We can build more discipline. We could build better discipline. We could work on our consistency, and we can fix things. None of us are ever going to be perfect. But if you get up every day, put in the work, try your best, you're going to see the results. If you're looking for a little kickstart, you can go down below in the description, download my 7-day reboot. Hopefully that'll get you started. Appreciate you guys being here. Build some muscle, get your reps in, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks.